All right, this is going to be a bicep and shoulder workout. I don't think I've ever paired these two exercises together for a workout or a video for you guys, and I think they kind of blend well together. I try and pick exercises that kind of flow well together, so that was my rationale in doing this workout, and plus I just was feeling like doing it. So it's going to be 3 circuits, 2 exercises in each circuit. You guys are going to be jumping back and forth from shoulders right into biceps. There's going to be pretty much 3 sets minus the first circuit, which don't ask me why. The first circuit I did 4 sets. I think just because I think I was initially planning on doing 4 sets across the board, and I realized it might take a little long. So with that being said, I also give you only pretty much 0 rest periods. I give you 0 to 30 seconds. I think on circuit 2, possibly 3, I give you guys some designated 30-second blocks of rest, but pretty much this is all back and forth, minimal rest. I'll have the countdown signifying the start of each exercise, so you guys know when the next exercise is coming out. But all these exercises are pretty easy and seamless to kind of jump back and forth to each other. As always, you guys can pause the video. I put timestamps down below, put links in the description box. Always helpful if you guys like and or subscribe when you guys watch these videos. It's immensely helpful, and always, as always welcome feedback as well. So as we're setting up here, you notice I lowered the incline, and all these exercises I try to keep the incline not as aggressive as I usually do. On some of these videos I always crank it up high, and all of these circuits the incline's not going to vary too much. I'm first just going in with this inverted press, a bread and butter shoulder bread and butter shoulder exercise to do. Notice on this one though, I'm not really going as fast as I normally do. I'm kind of keeping the incline lower, and I'm keeping the pacing a little bit slow and controlled. I'm trying to be conscious of that throughout this workout because of the lower intensity on the sled. But I would still say the rep range is around 8 to 20. Again, I wasn't thinking of a designated rep range, but definitely I was going up close to, I'd say, the higher rep range of around 20 repetitions. I don't think I ever break 20 though, to be honest with you. So choose that rep range that fits you, that basically doesn't bring you to failure, but is still kind of moderate to higher on the higher end. As this is going to be kind of ticking down, as you can see, we're going to be jumping right into a bicep exercise and pretty much not adjusting the incline. You guys can always feel free to adjust the inclines. I try and keep these accordingly that they kind of just don't mess around too much with that. Just laying down as an inverted curl. Nothing too much here. Same thing with this one though. I'm also not getting too aggressive with the speed. I'm going nice and slow and controlled. You guys could even do some pauses and squeeze at the tops as well. I would say if anything, this one I was kind of being mindful of that. I was going into this exercise as far as the incline on the setting. So especially with this bicep curl, when this gets kind of high on the incline, it gets hard to kind of get a high rep range. So I was trying to think of a high rep range. This workout, as you guys can see, takes you about 20 minutes, but you're getting a lot of work in when you consider that there's 3 circuits in this with all these different sets kind of adding up with biceps and shoulders. So both these body parts are getting hit pretty good in my opinion. That's pretty much it with circuit 1. There's not a whole lot else to say other than the main kind of difference that I kind of tell you guys to focus on is gradual inclines, little steps. You guys will notice as we get into circuit 2, I think I only go up 1 notch. We'll actually check it out right here and see. I got to take notes, guys, to see what I'm doing in each one. You couldn't really see it, honestly, but I only went up like a notch or 2 on this one. You guys will see it when we get to biceps. But still try and find that incline that allows you to get a nice slow and controlled tempo. That's pretty much it. You're going to get 2 more circuits. There's going to be 4 sets in this first circuit. I meant to say 2 more sets. So there's 4 sets in this first circuit. I will see you guys at circuit 2. All right, we're finishing up circuit one, and maybe I kind of lied a little bit in saying that we weren't going to make too much of an aggressive jump. As I'm looking at this, circuit one jumped up more than I thought it was, but definitely circuit two, you'll notice I'm going to lower this back down, and I do take some more mini jumps in this one. But as always, do what feels comfort for you. I'm going into this laying down inverted frontal raise. There's a number of ways you guys can do frontal raises on this machine. I'm still trying to think a little more of a slower pace, slower cadence on this particular workout, so that's why I put a little bit lower. And also this exercise is a little more challenging when you do this frontal raise in this variation. So again, take this what you will. I'm just doing this frontal raise, again trying to think about a rep range of a little bit more higher rep range, so 12 to maybe 20 in that range. Although I will say probably on set 3, this starts to kind of ramp up in intensity. I don't go as high. Like I alluded to in the beginning, this is now we start transitioning into 3 sets in each circuit. So from here on out, we're only going to do 3 sets. I'm going to finish this and then jump right into a bicep curl. I give you guys a break. I was debating about even giving you a break. You might not even need one. I give you a couple breaks, I think, in this sequence, but I don't give you 30 seconds after every one. I think every other exercise will give you guys a 30-second break. But what we're going to do is just basically sit up and then do a basically kneeling on the machine, facing away from the machine, doing that kind of slanted curl like you guys will see here in a second. Always good feedback though to let me know how you guys like these workouts, because if this is kind of too slow, too fast, always helpful to know. Jumping right back into this, we're going to go ahead and kneel on this. This is one of probably, if I had to say, my favorite bicep exercise on the Total Gym or Weider Ultimate Body Works, depending what you got. It would probably be this one. It's probably my favorite go-to. Since this isn't as a high of an incline, like I was saying, I'm going nice and slow. I'm focusing on the squeeze, obviously focusing on my biceps. trying not to have a whole lot of movement in my shoulders and keep my elbows kind of locked in at my sides. And as much as possible, I'm trying to think about my biceps contracting. You notice I take a couple pauses there. You know, it's fine to do that as well. Some people do this variation kind of sitting more upright. I like to kind of follow that line of action. I think it puts less stress on your shoulders and directs more tension on your biceps. So that's why I'm always kind of kneeling over. If you can't sit on your heels, like I've said this in a few videos, you can always just sit however is comfortable. You can just sit in your butt and do this and kneel over, although it might kind of strain your lower back a little bit. But that's pretty much it with circuit 2, guys. I'm going to raise this up a little bit of a notch. Let's actually see if I was correct and I wasn't. Yep, so just like 1 notch is all I raised it in this one. And then again, just start the same sequence again for 2 more sets. So that's it, guys. I'll see you guys in circuit 3. All right, we're finishing up circuit 2, getting ready to jump in circuit 3. With circuit 3, I'm not going to really give you any rest periods. It's going to go back to back with both these exercises. I think they pair well together. It's not too hard to jump back and forth from each other. Not to saying they're totally easy though, but you're getting a good rest. We're going to lower this all the way down to the bottom, and we're going to do this rear delt fly. I've said this many times. I'll probably keep saying it. Everyone should be doing rear delt flies. I need to listen to myself and do more of these as well. But perfect, great exercise to do on a total gym or a Weider Ultimate Body Works. On a total gym on this model, it works out well. I mean, yeah, you're getting close to that tower, but trying to maximize that range of motion of really opening up and retracting those shoulders. With a Weider Ultimate Body Works, it can get a little hard, but you got to lean a little more farther forward. But with Weider Ultimate Body Works, you don't have that big tower in your way. Again, I'm trying to think of a higher rep range, but I'm also recognizing that as this gets to set 2 and 3, it gets to be pretty challenging to keep that form, especially, you know, you start to really feel this exercise and these sets kind of build up, that this is going to hinder sets 2 and 3. So this first set's probably going to be your best set as far as how fluid it feels. I still keeping that same incline. This would be a good exercise. I definitely would raise it a little bit. I'm going a little bit, since this is a little bit easier for this bicep curl, I normally have this at a higher incline. I'm trying to really definitely do higher repetitions. You can't tell by watching it, but I'm really trying to focus on just my biceps squeezing in and bringing my forearms together. I'm trying a couple different variations that will kind of like bear hug squeeze, but then I go into this reverse curl. This is kind of what I try and basically stick with, but you can jump back and forth from a regular curl, that bear hug curl you saw me do, or just stick and do reverse curls. I would say do the reverse curls because they're a little more difficult, and since we're on that low setting, we're keeping that low setting. I would just stick with that one. But again, if you want to just hit the regular curl, I probably would raise a little bit higher. But that's one I would say, if anything, of any regret of this workout, I would probably have raised that a tiny bit higher. But you know what? I still felt that, but in order to feel that, I really had to go nice, slow, and controlled. So I raised this up a tiny bit, going back into rear flies. Again, I know when I'm just thinking back when I did this, I was definitely probably feeling it right about here, that it was hard to kind of get those last few quality reps in with this little bit of an incline. So you'll notice here again, up a little bit higher. I just want to stress, just really just do as many reps as possible, do as slow a tempo as you need to really focus and feel the biceps. You never, with any of these exercises, just want to just go through the motions. If you're following along, doing a true follow along workout, definitely don't just go through the motions. You really want to focus and squeeze, and everyone's different. Just because I'm doing it this tempo or this way, or even at this incline, doesn't mean it'll fit everybody. So just kind of always keep that in mind with all these exercises. That's it, you guys. I'll let this video kind of roll out. As always, it's much appreciated for you guys watching. Always appreciate feedback of stuff you want to see in the future. I know I got a lot of suggestions you guys want to see, and I got a backlog of stuff I wrote down for trying to accommodate everybody, so I'll do my best to eventually get all the video requests that you guys have. But as always, thank you guys for watching. I always appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.